They say the camera adds 10 pounds. Why is that? And if you're slightly overweight, the camera can make you look really overweight. Today, I've got 5 video tricks to help you look thinner on camera. Hi, I'm Larry, and I teach people how to do their own business videos and then use those videos to make more money. And since lots of the best money-making videos will feature you on the camera, and since lots of people are already self-conscious about looking bad on camera, today we're going to look at why videos make us look fatter than we really are, and 5 video tricks that I like to call Larry's Video Diet. One reason the camera makes us look heavier is because it's not a mirror. We're used to looking at ourselves in a mirror, and we just get kind of comfortable with that, accustomed to it. But when we see ourselves on video for the first time, it's like hearing a recording of ourselves. It can be a little bit jarring. We finally see ourselves the way that other people see us. So the first thing to take back some of the control is camera placement. Got a couple of tips here. The first one is you want to make sure that the camera is about eye level. If it's low and looking up, it makes you look weird anyway. Nobody wants to look up your nose, but it also shows off this under jaw area. And I'm kind of conscious about that in my videos, and I don't prefer it. I dislike that. So I make sure that my camera's eye level. It also is good for eye-to-eye contact, just like interpersonal communications. But that doesn't have anything to do with your weight. If you want to just control the look of how you look overweight on camera, that's one of the things about camera placement that'll do it. The other thing is move your camera away from you further and then zoom in. If you are using a zoom lens on your camera, most cameras come with a kit zoom lens. Mine is an 18 to 135 zoom. Now, if you bring that camera really close to me and it's set at 18 millimeters, it's going to look like wide angle. And the more wide angle you get, the rounder everything in the image is. It can make you look fatter than you deserve. So you don't want that. Move the camera back, then zoom in with that zoom lens, and that'll automatically shave a few pounds off. The next thing is going to be your head position. Where do you want your head to be? Now, I know some people whose natural body position is this, and that automatically makes me look a little bit heavier, just because of all this stuff going on here. So you actually have to think about it. If that's you, think about it. You don't want to be back here. You want to actually think harder about it. It'll take a little practice for some people. For some people, it's going to be very natural, but take your forehead and bring that toward the camera just a little bit while you're talking. This is actually a famous photographer, Peter Hurley, does this for headshots to make the headshots look better. But when you're talking on camera, you can use it too. And it'll actually make you look better in videos, not just still headshots. The next thing is to reframe during post-production to squeeze yourself thinner. Let me tell you how this works. I capture all my videos at 1080p HD, which is high resolution. It's 1920 pixels wide, 1080 pixels tall. But I don't use that as the finished video size. I actually use a much smaller finished video size, which is 720p. So with that extra resolution, actually my finished image is bigger than I need it to be. And so what I can do is I can squeeze the frame slightly. Now, if you squeeze it dramatically, you'll get really stupid looking, but you can squeeze it just a little bit. And depending on what kinds of things are in your background, it may actually not even be a problem on the stuff that's going on in the background. Now with me, I've got a plain backdrop. I've got a white backdrop. So with that in mind, I can squeeze the video. I'm not doing that normally these days, but you can if you need to. And then finally, there are 2 more things. One of them is use a C47. What's a C47? This. It's what videographers call a clothespin. Use a C47 to shape your clothing a little bit better. If you have a nice comfortable shirt on, but it's a little bit wide around the waist, you can just reach back and grab a little bit of that extra cloth and then pinch it together and hold it there with the clothespin. And that'll kind of shape or tailor your shirt just a little bit better. It works for all kinds of different things. There are certain shirts that I would wear on camera and my sleeves would just be a little bit too big or a little bit too baggy. On camera, it looked kind of silly. So I actually had a clothespin back here and a clothespin back here and a clothespin back here. And it actually makes me look better on camera. I would never walk around in public like that, but it makes your clothes look a little bit better fitting. Finally, actually lose weight. That's tip number 5. And let me tell you what I'm talking about here. I have lost a lot of weight over the years, not as much as some people, but I've lost almost 50 pounds at one point. I did not like how I looked on camera. And so what I did was I went to a doctor and I lost some weight based on that doctor diet. But then again, recently I've put on back about 18 pounds or so over the years, and I've been watching my videos for the past year or so, and it was really starting to bug me. I didn't like how round I was. And as recently as 5 or 6 months ago, I still had this round face that I just didn't like seeing on video. And that was my motivation. So it's actually not a technical video trick, but it's using video to help me lose weight and actually lose weight. So I went back on a diet, did a little bit of the Atkins low carb thing and lost a bit more weight, and I prefer it that way. And I do not want to go back the other direction. So I took a still frame of my heavier me and I put it next to a still frame of my current me. And I make sure that every time I'm about to eat something that I think about that. I keep those two pictures in my cell phone. Guys, I hope this has been helpful to you in your video production. I hope it makes you look better on camera. Tell me about what you think about this video. Leave it in the comments below. Ask any questions about this or anything having to do with DIY in-house video production. Happy to answer your questions to the best of my ability. There are also great resources over at my website. So if you swing by larrybecker.tv, there are more videos, there are example videos, tips and tricks, lots of blog posts about stuff like this. And you'll also find a Contact Us form where you can reach out to me. That'll send me an email and you can ask me whatever questions you might have, and it might turn into another one of my weekday daily tips videos like this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you again tomorrow.